Hello everyone, welcome back to our channel. If you have ever found yourself staring at an OET reading public question and thinking, wait, all these options sound kind of right or kind of wrong, trust me, you are not alone. This section may seem very simple at first glance, just reading a short text and answering one multiple choice question, but don't be fooled. Many candidates struggle here because it's not just about reading, it's about reading carefully, thinking critically, and avoiding traps. So, today we are going to break it down step by step, and I will share powerful techniques. We will analyze real life examples, and most importantly, I'll help you think like the OET examiners do. Are you ready? Let's go. The first part is understanding the question format. So, before we jump into strategies, let me clarify what part we actually test. You will be given six short workplace texts. Think hospital guidelines, or it could be policy documents, emails, notices, or training materials. And each text is only about 100 to 150 words long. So you get one multiple choice question per text with three answers choices like A, B, or C. Simple, right? Well, not exactly. The real challenge comes from the way the answers are written because some options sound very similar and some use words straight from the text, but they may twist the meaning. And some are just like distractors. They seem correct at first, but when you look deeper, they are the traps. But don't worry, I will tell you how to spot them. You need to have a right approach. Try to read strategically because here's where most test takers go wrong. Some students read all the answer options first before even looking at the text. Sounds like a good idea, right? You will know what to look for. Actually, that is wrong. Because if you read the answer choices first, your brain will start trying to force the text to fit those answers rather than truly understanding what the text says. It's like a recipe for confusion. So, what should you do instead? Read the first half of the question carefully. Is it asking for what should be done or what should not be done? Is it asking about a requirement or just a recommendation? So you need to go straight to the text and read it with full focus. Don't try to remember answer choices yet. Just focus on understanding what the text actually says. Once you have read the text, then look at the answer choices. Now you can match the options logically and try to eliminate what is definitely wrong. So look out for tricky language differences. Example like should versus must, can versus cannot. So this way you are telling your brain to interpret the information in the right order rather than getting misled. Now let's put this into practice with real example. Are you ready? So here is a practice question. The subject here is infection control reminder for staff. So this is a workplace email you receive. All healthcare professionals must ensure proper hygiene before and after each patient interaction. Hand sanitizers are provided at all stations, but these should not replace thorough hand washing with soap and water whenever possible. Staff members should also report any supply shortages immediately so replacements can be arranged. Additionally, gloves should be changed between patient interactions to minimize cross contamination. So, this is the email. This is the practice email. Now, when it comes to questions, this is and these are the OET question. And this is the OET and this is the OET question. What is the main point of this email? Staff must use only What is the main point of this email? Staff must only use hand sanitizers for infection control. And the option B is gloves should be worn at all times during patient interactions. And option C is proper hand washing should be prioritized whenever possible. So you got the three options, and your job is to find out which fits the best. Okay? So remember, as I told you, you can take your time, read the email, and try to focus on the key ideas. So, when it comes to the key idea, it mentions hand hygiene and says that sanitizer should not replace proper hand washing, right? It also talks about reporting supply shortage and changing gloves. But when it comes to options, first you need to analyze the options. The option A, staff must only use hand sanitizers for infection control. This is wrong because the email clearly states that sanitizer should not replace proper hand washing. And the option B, gloves should be worn at all times during patient interactions. Here, the email does not say gloves should be worn at all times. It stated that they should be changed between patients, right? And the last option, proper hand washing should be prioritized whenever possible. Obviously, so this should be the correct answer. This is exactly what the email emphasized because it is stating that hand washing with soap and water should be done whenever possible rather than relying on sanitizers. Now, let's see some of the key exam strategies and common pitfalls. Before we wrap up, here are three common mistakes to avoid. Ignoring small details. Words like must versus should or often versus always can completely change the meaning, right? So you need to pay close attention to these words. And mistake two, getting distracted by familiar words just because an answer option just because an answer option contains words from the text doesn't mean it is correct. The meaning matters more than the wording. And mistake 3, overthinking. Sometimes candidates doubt themselves because an answer seems too obvious, but OET is not trying to trick you. It's testing clear, logical reading skills. Got it? So try to avoid these mistakes. And we have some final thoughts for you. Practice, practice, practice. At the end of the day, the best way to improve at OET reading part B is practice. The more you train your brain to spot traps and think critically, the more confident you will be on test day. So let's do a quick recap. Remember that you need to read the question first. So don't look at the answer choices. Focus on meaning and focus on understanding the text, not just skimming. Eliminate wrong answers based on logic and meaning, not just wording. Got it? And that's it. I hope this was super helpful. If you found value in this, make sure to subscribe, hit the like button, and let me know in the comments what's your biggest struggle with OET reading part B. I would love to help you out. Until next time, keep practicing, stay confident, and smash that OET. See you in the next video. Bye bye.